So grab a chair and let's go back, way back in time, to the 1860s and 1870s. So this is going to be a very long video. It's a warning. If you have nothing to do, well, it's 3:52 a.m. and I have nothing to do and I can't sleep. So let's look at these old photos and we'll choose this album tonight. And then we'll choose this album in a later, further, future video. All right, let's go ahead. And the story begins. So I often think about the people that once were in these albums. Now, it's really sad that it was sold on an online auction, basically a whole family's life. And will that happen to me and my family one day? That makes me worry. I'll be quite honest. All right, so we begin the album. And on the first page now, the bindings are generally toast on these things. They fall apart over time. It just happens. It's life. Just like we fall apart. And as we get older, our bones may creak and stuff like that. Same thing with books. So it starts out, it says photograph album. All right. And actually, I'm going to take this and lean this up against this book because we don't want to put any more stress on the spine. As much as, possible. We want to keep it, from really further falling apart. So we have this first picture here, and I do not know who it is, and it's not a photo. It's actually a print that was made as a filler to go into a photo album. Now, not only were photos in these albums, they were also heroes of the day or people that were famous or politicians or actresses and actors and stuff like that. And so people would put symbolic things in there. Now, I do not know who that is. Could that be Mary Todd Lincoln? I don't know. Could it be Martha Washington? Don't know. If you know, write in the comments below. All right. And these pages are actually quite thick. Now, taking these pictures out, excuse my French, but are a real bitch. So if you want to find out the names, a lot of times people would write the names on the back of these. By the way, some of these are tintypes, and some of these are known as carte de visites or visiting. Carte de visites are otherwise known as CDVs. And these were little tiny, smaller photographs than the later Victorian ones. So these taking in around the 1860s and before would be on this size. And so you can get a relative idea about how big they are. Here's my oversized, humongous hand. Okay. All right. So they would fit in a smaller album than the larger, like later Victorian ones from the 1880s and on. All right. So here we have a tintype, and let's check this out. Really cool. I always not only look at the person in the picture, but I look at the props that the photography studio used. And if you see here, you see a checkerboard pattern floor. You see a big painting in the background that makes him look like he's on a balcony. But then again, you can see that he's not on a balcony. You see a sheet thrown over a chair. And this guy, now you notice something, don't you? Do you notice that his cheeks are tinted? Now, that would have cost more money to get done than a regular photograph. For the photographer studio to color in those cheeks, it cost a lot more money than normal. Actually, as much as the photograph itself in some occasions. Okay, so here we go. We have a tintype of a young girl. And I always try to see the clothing they're wearing, the hairstyles. She doesn't look too well, actually, if you look at her. She looks very gaunt and sick. I always, also look at the clothing, see if there's any jewelry. A lot of people in the Victorian era were very, very sick because they didn't have modern day medicine. So sometimes you will notice in the book, people are very sickly looking. And this one is almost faded into obscurity. And you see, it's just a vignette of a girl. Now, some of you might think this is a guy, but it is a female. But why does she have such short hair? And the answer to that is possibly, and you're going to probably say, well, it's very, very logical to think that. She may have had lice. And yes, they used to get lice quite a bit back in the Victorian ages. Now we're much more fastidious and clean. But back then they would have to cut all their hair off if they had an infestation of lice. Very interesting. All right, so now here we have This beautiful 1860s photograph. How could I tell? Well, I could tell by the lady's dress. And that's the thing. Fashion. Fashion helps you to identify around, not an approximate age, but an around type of time frame. So you see this large bell-shaped dress. And the man, it's actually a little harder to tell because they pretty much wore suit jackets and pants. But generally you can tell from the collar that this is an 1860s photograph, not a tintype. Ah, and here we go. We have Lice Girl. And so here she is with her short hair. And that is absolutely outrageous to see a lady with short hair like that. Now, what is around her waist? Is that some kind of jewelry? Let's check it out. Let's try to zoom in here if we can. And it looks like some kind of belt. And that's a buckle. Very interesting use of buttons. And a small brooch or a small jet beaded necklace around her neck. And there we go with that short bobbed hairdo, which was not typical of that time frame. Actually, let's check out the gentleman. And there you go. He's got a nice beard. Actually, they look very similar, don't they? I guess it's the hairdo. All right, so next, that guy. He looks like one of those salt of the earth type of guys, if you know what I mean. And now blue-eyed people look a little freaky in these photos. Their eyes, the way the photograph came out and was developed, their eyes would look almost like you can't see the color going around their pupils, so they look a little frightening. Now, he's wearing this really cool suit. And next, we have his friend over here in a tintype. And this is a fantastic, fantastic photo because you can actually see the freckles on his nose and his cheeks. And his cheeks were colored. So let's try to zoom in better if we can. And you can actually see the freckles on his face. Really, really quite interesting. He's a blue-eyed guy, and he's got great curls. And let's check out his outfit. Okay, cool. Okay, next. Now, these photos fade over time. You have to really keep these in a cool, dark place, and preferably acid-free paper to preserve them and keep them away from light. Because as you can see, the photo is almost gone. And over time, this lady's going to disappear. Now, what I find very, very, very funny about this photo is look over her right shoulder. There's a hand. It's like the Thing from the show The Addams Family. So there's this weird phantom hand coming out and touching her on the shoulder. Really quite interesting. And here we have a young girl. And I'm checking out the jewelry and the buttons. Look at that. Very, very cool. She's got a slide chain going up and down the front of her dress. Don't know if you can see that. And generally a pocket watch would be attached to something like that, or a longette with some little things like a needle case and stuff like that. All right, let's keep going. Okay, next, this one is like really gone. And all you see is a haunting, haunting, haunting picture. Look, it's very, very sad to see that this person is going to fade away into obscurity soon. Okay, and next, we have this type of photo. And it's a tintype inside this little sleeve with a really ornate type of frame going around it. Now, generally, that is a 1860s type of thing, although they had them in the 1870s. Now, we see her cheeks are actually colored. And I'm trying to look for jewelry. I don't see it. Now, I'm not a photograph expert or an expert in these old photos, but I've done some reading. And you see this gentleman here, he's actually fading away to obscurity. He'll be gone soon one day, and this will be a blank piece of paper, which is really, really sad. Next, we have a tintype. And a tintype, what is a tintype? Why do they call it tintypes? Basically, it's a photograph that was developed on like I think a ferrous or iron type of sheet of metal. And they called it tintype because they used to use tin scissors to cut them. And we have, I think, hidden mother behind this baby. If you look over the left-hand side of his shoulder above it, you see like sort of like a body or a part of an arm or a hand or something. Sometimes mothers would cover themselves with sheets and hold the babies, and it would be called Hidden Mother. So this child could be on a mother's lap. It looks like he or she is sitting on something. Now, the jewelry is quite cool. See a nice necklace. Look at that. And we got colored cheeks. There's nothing here. And there is something here. And it's, again, Fire and Brimstone Man. Boy, he really liked to get his photo taken. He reminds me of, who is the leader of the Mormon church? He looks like Brigham Young. Could it be Brigham Young? Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm going to do a little Googling. Wait a minute. Could this be Brigham Young without a beard? You tell me. Wait a minute. No way. If this is a photo of Brigham Young, that is actually worth a hell of a lot of money. The Mormons eat that up. I sold a Mormon book once, a diary, of some lady that was in the Mormon church for $5,000 once, and I paid like $25 for it on eBay. So if this is an actual Brigham Young photo, and there's two of them in here, holy guacamole. Here's Brigham, good old Brigham without a beard. Could this be him? Different, the side part on the hair is different, I think. I don't even know. I don't know. Could this be Brigham? All right, hold on. Let's focus and hands. I don't know. You could tell me in the comments below, because if it's good old Brigham, oh baby, we are in the money. Well, I am, not you. All right, so sometimes there's missing pages, and I hate that. But we have now another filler, a book filler, and we have this darling little 1860s illustration, and it has a poem about youth, and I don't feel like reading it. And so next, what else do we have? Oh, okay, we have some religious stuff, and I don't know, could this be another Mormon image? Do Mormons have pictures of crucifixes? I don't think they believe in crucifixes. Don't they think that's idolatry or something? I don't know, but this looks like an image. Does it have any writing? Trying to find something. But it looks like an image of some kind of lady praying. And I don't know if this is a famous image. It's a card filler, that's for sure. It's not like really a photograph from what I see. It looks like a statue. I don't know. All right, this, we need further magnification. Now, is this an actual person or a statue? Don't know. All right, we got Tintype Baby. That's a really cool upholstered couch. Look at the hand-carved wood. I'm really, like, so into Victorian stuff. And so we have this baby right here. Something thrown over the couch, and it looks like it has moth holes in it. Don't know. And here we go. Let's try to get closer here. What is that schmutz on here? Hold on. Is that schmutz? Yes, it's just smush. Smush. Smush? I can't even talk. Schmush. And we have a rosy-cheeked baby that was actually, it has coral, probably a coral necklace around his or her neck. And why did they do that? Because coral was supposed to protect babies. And babies, a lot of babies did not live past their toddlerhood. And now we have, okay, oh, this is interesting. I just wanted to show you guys. Hold on. Okay, if you notice, it's a lady leaning up against, you see this little stand behind her? Well, basically, to get their posture right, they would actually have people lean up against these stands that were right behind their back, hidden, although you can see the stand where her feet are, right behind it. And that was to get people to stand properly in pictures, stand straight up. And we have this really cool picture here of a girl wearing lace gloves. And maybe, yeah, that was me back in a past life. Yes, it appears that she's wearing lace gloves. And very, very cool. She's a rebel. She was a rebel for her time. I like those gloves. Now I want to zoom in more. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Yes. Why do I wear lace gloves? Well, because I don't think I'm from the Victorian era. I just have like this feeling of like, what if somebody finds a piece of dirt under my fingernail type of thing. And yes, those look like lace gloves. Either that or her hands are necrotic and the flesh is like dying and turning black. I don't know, but there we go. Lace glove girl. I'm going to call her the glove girl. And can we zoom back out? Well, for God's sakes. Oh, okay. Next, we have, hold on. Okay, 1860s typical dress. Almost like a gingham style. Belt around the waist. Really cool table with paisley like cloth thrown over it. And we have Southern Belle. Well, I'll call her Southern Belle. Nice hairdo. Typical parted down the center of the 1860s. Next, we have Tintype. And look at this cool couch with the carving and the upholstery. And we have what appears to be a little boy. And he's wearing like a lace Elizabethan collar. And he doesn't look too happy. He's frowning. And why is he frowning? Because sometimes it took as much as like 10 to 15 minutes before the flash bulb went off. And they had to stay completely still. We have Angry Baby over here. And Angry Baby is just a vignette in the center. And yes, Angry Baby looks about right about to be throwing a temper tantrum or crying shortly. I saw my kids with that type of face too when they were going to Sears to get their photographs taken when they were little. And yes, they used to scream and cry. All right. Now we have Tintype Man. And there we go, Tintype Man. This looks to be about the 1870s. Sometimes various decades would be scattered into these books. And he's wearing some cool thing hanging from his tie. And now we have Vignette Lady. And again, she's fading into obscurity. And I believe that face looks familiar. And I think she was in, yes, that's Gingham Lady dress. Is that Gingham Lady dress? It could be the same lady. Or I could be wrong. Don't know. All right, cool. Next, we have another pissed off kid. Wow, look at those look at those crazy stockings with the stripes and those boots that look really worn out and old. And we have another angry child looking about to yeah, there's like tears in the eyes. Like, come on already, mister. Take the damn picture. And now we have Tintype Lady. And I like to look at the jewelry. Let's try to check out her jewelry. Nice brooch around the neck. We have a nice lace collar. And, ooh, look at those earrings. Those earrings are gorgeous. Okay, those are nice dangle earrings. Really, really, really pretty. Yeah, I'm trying to see that. And it's hard to focus. And very, very pretty. Very, very nice. And now we have more Tintype. So we have Tintype, husband and wife. And oh my God, he's like the ultimate original gangster, like Jesse James over here. And I really, really like the backgrounds. I'm like looking, they have like sort of like a fake window to the left of them. That's actually really funny because you can actually see it doesn't connect right. It's just a backdrop. And so what is he wearing? He is wearing this amazing hat. Look at that. And his cheeks are tinted. Don't know if you can see that. Yes, very, very, very amazing. Trying to get better lighting over here. And we have her with her little smirk on her face. Any jewelry? I always check out the jewelry because I collect antique jewelry. And this is about 1870s. And I can tell because the skirt and the dress bottom is not bell-shaped or wider. So this is an 1870s photo for sure. Most definitely. And now we have a man with a mustache. And he looks like one of the Three Musketeers. And this is like certainly like 1870s, Wyatt Earp style. And really, really nice tintype. Okay, next is blank page. And that's the back of what a tintype looks like. They actually rust over time. And now we have baby actually fading into nothingness. And there we go. It would not be unusual to find dead people in these photos. I believe they call them, I forgot that there's a word for those type of photos, but yeah, you will find dead people. Oh, we got Brigham Young again for the third time. If this is Brigham, oh, he looks really pissed. He looks pissed. Look at him. Oh, he's like, don't you cross me, motherfuckers. Don't you cross me. I could picture him with a rifle and shooting varmints on his property. Okay, now this picture is the cool picture of the day. Okay, so why do you see 3 children here? So basically, I don't know how true this is, but there was a story about a Civil War soldier that was found on the battlefield and clutched in his hand as he lay dying, and then he ended up dying. Another person, I guess a person that was walking by and saw his dead body with his hands clutching a photograph of his children. And so it went in the newspaper, the local newspaper, and then news traveled fast, and it went all across the U.S. until they identified the family of that man that was found dead on the battlefield, holding the photo of his children in his hands. And I think this is those children, and sometimes it would end up as a filler in these albums because it was like something that clenched the heart of America. It made everybody sad. That somebody was dying and held a picture of his children in his hand just before he died. A Civil War soldier. All right, don't know if he was a Yankee or a Southerner. And again, we got Brigham Young, really angry Brigham Young. You're going to hell if you say motherfucker one more time. And I'm sorry. Okay, we have an empty. Okay, here we go. We have Unibrow Lady. And she's wearing some kind of net or snood on the back of her hair. Parted down the center, and a big bow. Very interesting, very nice. Okay, next we have Beard Man. Well, actually, Neck Beard Man. And yeah, that's actually a cool looking beard. And he's staring into space and just hoping that the guy would hit the damn flashbulb already. Next, we have another poem. And we have this print of a child, and it's a poem about I guess the Holy Spirit. There we go. So maybe it's a religious family that owned this. Okay, now we have Cool Hair Girl. And this is probably from the 1870s. So you look at the dress, and I look actually for the jewelry. And let's try to get a better zoom. Let's go ahead. Oh, damn, that was a zoom. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's zoom out just slightly and check out. Yeah, this is not working. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Okay. We zoomed it 7 times. And I'm trying to see if I see any jewelry. And I don't. But what I like about this photo, I do see earrings, I believe. What I like about this photo is her hair. And look at the ringlets. Very, very pretty curls. Parted down the center. And very nice outfit. Okay, we got this guy over here. And again, he's fading into obscurity. Mustachio Man, another mustachioed man. And last but not least, we have this lady, Tintype Lady. And, oh, cool. Okay, and she has, wow, look at this. She has rosy cheeks that were hand done by the photographer. And let's try to get a better shot of this. And that's all she wrote, folks. Sorry for the motherfuckers and the cursing and what have you. I don't know. That's just how I am. You get the real me when you watch these videos. And I'm just an opinionated, loud-mouthed New Yorker. Either love me or hate me. All right, write in the comments below. Do you think that was Brigham Young? And if so, why? And do you have any proof to show me another photo of that photo that matches that photo? And I'd love to know, because inquiring minds just want to know. See you guys all soon. So long.